And now, back to PTR Radio.
I made a little list of some of the things that you discussed. Bestiality, abortion, AIDS, Irishmen who drink, nuns, premature ejaculation, breastfeeding, and farts.
This is PTR Radio.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of PTR Radio here on the fabulous interweb. Back on our regular schedule, so, as it were.
Yes.
So,
on
and
Monday.
back with our regular drinks too. Ski. Thanks to them for being the official soda of PTR Radio. Just had to go and do a ski run. All right. Yesterday, actually, since even though they are trying to be the official soda of Illinois.
Has there been any update on that?
Well, yeah, the bill's dead.
Not surprising.
It didn't get passed, and the bill died. Yeah, so
yeah, I doubt it even got a committee.
No, I don't think it did, and that's kind of the thing is that if it doesn't get out of committee, then it's not going to go anywhere. So yeah,
as much as I like ski, the official soda of Illinois should not be something from Kentucky.
Well, it is bottled here.
Yep, so's Coca-Cola.
I know. I get you. I understand. I just, I'm just throwing it out there. So anyway, that's where we're at with the ski debate. They have broached into some more stores in the local, central Illinois area. Just not all of them yet.
Yeah, mostly just bottles locally, right?
Yeah, still just bottles locally. Yeah. They haven't gotten their cans in yet. So, all right. With that said, it is PTR Radio. We're here live every 2 weeks, and don't forget, in case you miss a week, make sure that you sign up for the podcast. You can find all that information at ptrradio.com, as well as following us on social media, and just look for PTR Radio on any of those social media links, and you'll be sure to find us. So, all right. With that, we can get right into the white sheet and start talking about topics. And this is the earliest we've started the show in a long time. Right on time.
On time.
On time and ready to go.
Well, it's because
I'll take it. Why not?
Yeah.
Because it looks like the only thing Shaggy did to change things was he reinstalled the TV.
Yeah. I did put the TV back up on the wall, and everything should
be.
This
is very trippy
well.
Because there is like a 2-second delay on my end.
Yeah, well, I think we're seeing the same delay on our end.
Yes.
So, and nothing is different here.
Is the audio coming through normally, or is there?
Yeah, I hear you as soon as you say something, I hear you. But yeah, it's like bad Japanese, lip sync. Yeah, this is it's like that Russian Avengers movie that we watched. Is what it is. It is weird. Hopefully, it'll catch up.
Somehow, I doubt it.
It might.
That is my life right there, because just screw with my head.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's going to catch up because it's already behind.
Hey,
it's like seeing vapor trails, man. It's just not.
I agree. That's a good question, though. Why is it doing that? The only thing I can think of, because literally nothing has changed. Nothing changed there, or changed there, or changed
Mama
there.
Blair's even saying it is delayed for sure, but interesting.
All right. Well, okay. Hold on. That could be some of it. All right. Let's do. All right. I think we're gonna do something, but I don't know if it's gonna work. All right. So, for those of you that are watching us on Facebook. Actually, hold on. Let me just do this. So
apparently, recording with no compression at all made things slow.
Well, no, recording with compression is the problem.
Oh,
so
because with the transcoding and Because
Yeah.
I was even noticing like your faces, and because I'm watching the feed here since we couldn't get the toy with the comments up. So I apologize for all of our normal listeners. That is why the comments are not going to show up on the feed over here. Yeah, I guess it's working better on Facebook now too. So we're all good.
It's amazing what happens when you say
I'm
screw
doing this
storage.
old school, watching the comments live on the monitor over here. So, yeah.
Well,
You guys were pixelated here, and you were pixelating here, so I knew something was up.
Yeah, we should be better now.
Yeah. Everybody's crystal clear. I can see that pimple on your chin and everything, man.
Well, that happens.
But it's going to disappear in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, well,
And Twitter will go wild.
Yeah.
Because apparently that's what we look for in a president.
Well, yeah. Well,
and that's
did
about
you
as
guys
political as I'm going to get unless we start talking Women's World Cup.
I thought maybe we'd talk about how we took over the airports during the Revolutionary War.
Oh, God.
And, although I did hear that's how we got Continental Airlines.
I had not heard that one before. That one's.
How there's that one friend in your group that always seems to do something that makes it very hard for you to defend them being part of the group?
Oh, it makes it hard to like them.
Well, this is where I'm at with the president.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
because
is he in your friend circle?
He's not in my friend circle.
I didn't know you were buddies with Trump.
I've desperately tried to give him the benefit of the doubt whenever possible.
Yeah.
And,
I think we do that with everybody.
And when people were blaming him for things that were actually started under different presidents.
Yeah.
Or if...
It's just like when we said, Obama phone. Obama didn't start the phone program, folks. That was a long time ago, all right? The presidents, they actually say that a president's economic policy isn't actually felt till 8 years after it's enacted. So most of the time they're out of office. Almost every single time they're out of office before it's even felt.
I don't know, it's 8 years, but I mean,
8 years a much, yeah.
But this guy is just, he's making it very hard to, now I understand why there are 172 people trying for the Democratic nomination, because whoever wins that nomination, look, let's be honest, that is the race for president.
Well, but we said that before.
I truly do not believe, okay, the way that the way things are going, even I, who did vote for Trump, sorry, Dune, or no, Dune was a Trump guy.
Yeah, Dune
was a Trump guy. But he unfriended me anyway.
Yeah.
But, look, I did vote for Trump. And it's not because I like Trump. It's because I hated Hillary.
Mm-hmm.
He's making it very difficult for me to even consider voting for him again. Because at this point, with some of these things, the airport thing, that just put me over the edge, man. The only way I'm going to vote for him is if Bernie Sanders gets the nomination. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, if Bernie Sanders, guys, I don't want to be paying for everybody's college and Medicare. And oh, God.
Well, I voted third party last time, mainly because I wanted to see if they could get that 15% so that then they could get the funding, because we need more parties. We need more than a two-party system. A two-party system is not enough.
Yeah, we're not going to get that unless we change the voting system, which is a link I put in last time, actually.
No.
Yes, was it the one that basically you rank your candidates, and if your candidate
was that the Australian method? Is that what it was?
It's what Australia uses.
Yes. Australia uses.
Right. Okay. Yes. I'm all for that.
Yeah, the idea being that you have your first choice, but you also put in your second choice, your third choice, and so forth. So you can't throw away your vote. Mm-hmm. So you can say, well, I'm going to go for this third person who actually I agree with, unlike everybody else. But if nobody else votes for them, then my vote will go for Crap Light.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a whole video on it, which we'll have to link to our Facebook page, because otherwise we'll get a copyright strike. So, yeah, I mean...
all right, and without getting too political and getting into World Cup, okay, look, go USA, equal pay, I'm all for it. It's fine. Megan Rapinoe, please retire.
Yeah.
And I know that some of the Blair family was all about the Women's World Cup, but listen, she pissed me off because she literally pulled a Deadpool on the president. Okay. And what I mean by that, would you go to the White House? All of this happens before they even won. Would you go to the White House? No, I would not go to the White House. Really? It's not like we're going to be invited. So now, he invites you. You get invited? Oh, well, he only did that because I said something and I'm not going. You don't get invited. I told you we weren't going to be invited and I wasn't going to go anyway. So basically, no matter what he does, there is no right answer for the president at that point. So you know what? Bafagulo. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean,
and that's all I'm going to say about that one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about something that everybody can agree upon. 4th of July and fireworks. All right. Can we cut it with the fireworks now?
Please.
4th of July is over. I don't need my neighborhood to sound like a war zone.
Yeah.
After dark anymore.
Sure, a lot of fireworks for a state that has fireworks outlawed.
Yeah, considering you have to have like a $2 million bond on your house, and you have to have like an explosives license, and you have to have 3 arms in case you blow one off by accident.
Yeah.
There sure are a lot of fireworks going on.
Yeah. And there's one word reason for that. That word is
Obama.
Missouri.
Yeah.
No, it's Missouri.
Yeah. That's Crazy Kaplan's fireworks.
Literally, if you cross the border between Illinois and Missouri, the first thing you'll see is a giant sign that says fireworks next left.
Whether you're going to Indiana or Missouri.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah.
That was the case in New Jersey for the longest time, except with the Pennsylvania border. As soon as you crossed over into Pennsylvania, phantom fireworks right there.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting for them to okay that.
New Jersey made them legal last year, right before 4th of July, but there were restrictions.
Right.
Nothing explosive and nothing that goes higher than 12 feet in the air.
Where's the fun parts in that? So you basically are still at sparklers and snakes.
Sparklers, snakes, and
smoke bombs.
Ground displays that
maybe Roman candles.
No Roman candles, no bottle rockets, nothing that launches. There are still some nice things that can go off, and our town does a pretty good display for 4th of July. Of course, this year it was a little absurd because we are about 3/4 of a mile as the crow flies from where they set the fireworks off, and this was the first year that the windows in my house were shaking from the goddamn show. So that's a little bit of a problem for me, but I digress.
Yeah, Illinois allows sparklers and snakes.
And smoke bombs.
And smoke bombs and poppers.
And snap caps.
Yeah, lots of snap caps. We look through those all day. But no firecrackers.
Although that's all I heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, firecrackers are technically illegal because they're explosive.
Yeah.
M80s and the like, explosive.
Yeah.
Roman candles going over 12 feet in the air.
Yeah, Roman candles, there is no distance limit.
Here it's just they make it prohibitively expensive to be able to do it. I wasn't kidding about the $2 million bond on your house. That's what you have to have to get a fireworks permit, which is for residential fireworks still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's stupid. So yeah, but I mean, we can cool it now. Everybody should be done. You should have lit off all your extras. And what was crazy was I did see this one meme, which was great, which was basically, an adult hand holding a beer. And it said, kids, that's right. Don't you play with fireworks. Let the adults who've been drinking all day do it. True. Every single time. But what brought this up is, I have a daughter who's going to be married at some point. She's hoping sooner rather than later. And I came across this article where a family opened up a fireworks stand to fund their daughter's wedding. And as, fundraisers go, I thought this was actually a pretty good idea. Better than lemonade stand or garage sale, because I tell you what, those fireworks stands do a good business, especially around this time.
Now,
so
I did not watch the story.
Right.
So my question is, did they say how much they're trying to raise for the wedding?
I don't know that they actually said how much they were planning to raise. They were just trying to get as much as they could.
Okay.
But basically, it says the whole family.
Ironically, that's the goal of any business when you think about it. Is make as much money as you can. But okay.
I don't know any business goes into business going, I'd like to make $10,000 and get out, you know? But the whole family's running the operation. They stay up late in the tent to get the stuff sold. When they proposed the idea, the daughter says she thought it sounded crazy, but it just might work. You know, it sounds, you know, I've heard of worse ways to get money. You know, the Bridezilla stories where we've heard of people being asked to pay to attend weddings, you know, or God forbid the destination wedding. I hate the destination wedding.
Yeah.
I think it is a very selfish way to go.
It can be, but it can be done well. If the destination wedding is the you attending is the present.
If that is it, but I would bet that a lot
that.
of people aren't. They still expect this. A lot of people that I see that do destination weddings still expect something from you, and usually it's not something cheap. And, you know, it's not like destination wedding as in like road trip destination wedding. No, it's destination wedding like Jamaica or Bahamas or Hawaii or wherever.
Well, yeah. Luckily, I have not been invited to any of these destination weddings. The one person I know that did that, it was a second marriage for both of them, and they just kept it very small.
Yeah,
and basically like immediate family.
Yeah, and maybe that's okay. But I don't know.
You know, it's actually harder as a single person as myself, because you get it, and it's like, oh, it's this much money, and then you look at it again, it's like, it's that much money per person, dual occupancy.
Yeah.
And you look at it and you're like, $1,800. No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Well, and see, that's the other thing, too. Like,
you could look at it as an awesome date.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, Dave and Jen's wedding, Racist Dave, when he got married, they got married in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
It was planned.
Right.
And they said, no presents. This is where we want to get married. If you can attend, that's good enough.
And maybe Vegas is one of my exceptions to the rule, because Vegas is like, okay, there's super cheap flights there. The accommodations are reasonable. No, because everything else. Look, the wedding is one day. Yeah.
You're not going into Vegas for one day.
I have seen people that do.
That's
They're silly,
ridiculous. Kim and I flew on a red eye Thursday night and came home Sunday.
There's actually a guy I know that went for literally 24 hours. He didn't even bother with a hotel room.
Well,
I've been there for 2 days.
If you were doing it for if you were single, then you could get away with that. And there's always cheap hotels in Vegas. I will say that. You may have to stay down on Fremont Street, but there's always cheap hotels. But if you go for any length of time, food is not always going to be cheap unless you are smart about it.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to splurge, a meal for 2 people could easily go $400.
Yeah.
In Vegas.
Well, yeah.
Gambling money. God forbid you want to go to a show. Vegas could easily turn into more expensive than the islands.
Yeah.
Easily.
But at least there's choices and possibilities.
Yes, there's pot.
There is pot. We don't need to go to Vegas for pot.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, we can actually go pretty soon here.
Yes, it's recreational just became legal. I don't know if it's actually
not legal yet. Actually, they're testing the law right now because according to what passed, here's a real brain teaser. All right, so according to what passed, they're going to expunge all the records where you had a conviction under a certain amount or even a charge under a certain amount.
Okay.
All right.
But it's not legal for recreational marijuana until after January 1st. But they're retroactively going through and purging records. So before January 1st, so what people are doing right now is they're going out, like somebody actually went out in Chicago, of course. They went out and they smoked pot in public, got arrested, and now they're suing the state saying, why? Why are you bothering if in 6 months you're going to expunge my record? Because there's a big case there because they're wanting to take it to the Supreme Court to see if you can retroactively basically wipe away past felony. Or
of course, he can do
penalties.
that.
Well,
But the question is,
the question is, can they just expunge it, or does it actually have to be clemency from the governor's office? Because there's a difference between the two of what they're trying to do. Because the governor could sign each individual one, okay, to basically clear your sentence.
Or
erase
e-sign, since e-sign is pretty big in the state right now.
But, as far as them just mass wiping it away with the law, there's a question about whether that's legal.
But it's one side of a piece of paper, says everybody signs about on them.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But then there's also the question that it's illegal and you went and did this with the intention to sue. So is that some form of criminal fraud?
No, that is it's called a test case, and it happens every single time there's a new law that anybody doesn't like.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what this is.
So it's not like there was a mass of people. This person pretty much did it just to set a precedent.
What's funny is this person is actually against the legalization of marijuana and therefore wants the law struck down as it's written. So they smoked pot to get the law struck down.
They didn't inhale.
Yeah. I'm like, this is the stupidest person ever. Boy, wow. I hope they work in a drug-free workplace.
Now,
maybe they can get tested.
So,
all right. So, go ahead.
So different story. I forgot to put this on the sheet.
Uh-huh.
But what you were saying earlier about the making money off of the fireworks stand, reminded me of this. So, big things happened last couple of weeks was this whole Taylor Swift thing.
What T Swift do now?
Lord.
So Taylor Swift was mad because some guy she doesn't like now owns her first 6 albums. And she's the boo-hoo story of this is stuff that I created and sold, and she made money off of it, but she doesn't own this output from her.
Okay, so like he bought the rights to them?
Well, she sold the albums to her original label.
Oh, okay.
And then her original label basically sold out.
I thought like she got mad at somebody who walked into Sam Goody and bought them or something. I wasn't sure for a second.
She's mad that she doesn't have control and ownership of her own creative output.
Tell her to talk to the Beatles.
Well, that's the thing. So there was a very interesting article on one of the big news sites. I don't remember which one it was, but it basically pointed out, that's capitalism. That's what all of us do. Every single one of us, non-Taylor Swifties out there, we work for a boss who owns our creative output and makes money off of it. That's, as I said, that's capitalism. So, boo-hoo.
All right, so there's different versions of the story depending on who you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
Her side of the story is she felt she should have been given first right of refusal to buy the masters or buy the ownership of her recordings before the previous owner sold out. She says she was not given that. There's dispute about whether she was or she wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's mad about who it went to.
Yeah, which that part of it, I'm like,
well, it is what it is.
It is what it is. He may have a point, but
there's also the part that she also claiming that she did not find out about it until this story broke that day that this was happening.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like an addendum to she wasn't given first right of refusal. She found out basically, hey, turned on the news and this label was sold to Scooter Braun, and she was but then there's also a dispute that she was told the night before that the deal was done.
So the way that it worked was the record label told her that she could buy back her original albums by signing a deal to make more for them under their label, and for every record that she put out, she would earn one of her originals back.
Yeah.
Okay. But she didn't like that deal because she wanted to go out on her own. So it's not 100% true that she didn't have the opportunity. She did.
Yeah,
she didn't like the deal.
That was a very bad deal. She's correct to go. And I'm not saying she's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying that's the problem we all have.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So Mama Blair writes in saying first refusal should have been in the original contract, shouldn't it? And Marcy writing in, if it wasn't in her contract that she signed, it's too bad. She has known this could happen.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of points here that I'm going to make. The first is this contract is old. This is back when Taylor Swift was still a kid, basically, a country star. No way, shape, or form did anybody think Taylor was going to be this big across so many genres.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like her or not, she's a megastar, pop, country. If she has a beef about it, she should sue her original attorney who helped make the deal. Well, I think this is actually setting a precedent now, because I've seen many articles where people are saying ownership of the masters is the new linchpin of a contract.
Yeah.
Anybody who signs a contract going forward, people didn't think about this stuff before because, the masters, the industry has changed.
Well, yeah. And
with everything being so digital now, owning the masters is huge.
Well, and in reality, the whole landscape of recording has changed.
Right.
The role of the distribution and all that stuff has completely changed. You're seeing more self-promoted, self-distributed artists now than you ever have because it's so much easier. I mean, you used to need an agent and an attorney and a record label and a production company and a distributor and, all these things so that you could get your record into the Columbia House brochure so that somebody could buy it, 20 of them for a penny a piece, but now that's all gone. Now it's all internet based. Hell, when was the last time you bought an actual whole album?
Well, see, that's the thing. The masters nowadays actually are not that big of a deal. I mean, what is a master? A master is just a recording of a performance of the song, which is, she's not just the only person on that. She has all the musicians. Why don't they have ownership of their own playing of their instrument, for example? This is more stuff from that original article I was reading.
Well, yeah.
But today, in the music industry, being a performer ain't anything. It's the writing, writing is where the money is nowadays. So long as she has writing credit, that's where she gets all of her profit from.
Yeah, and she's still getting all her royalties.
Yeah.
Regardless of who owns per se.
I mean, you want to talk money? Just talk to the Marvin Gaye estate, who got money out of Robin Thicke. Long after.
So we're getting good feedback on this one. And I knew this was going to come up. That Mama Blair saying the Beatles and Michael Jackson ran into the problem long before Taylor signed a contract. Yes, but think again how the landscape has changed, all right? The Beatles are a perfect example. If they owned all rights to their back catalog, then in theory, they could go ahead and start their own streaming service or license that to a streaming service, and there's a huge revenue source. So this is part of what Taylor has lost out on.
Yep.
Back then, with the Beatles and Michael Jackson, like Shaggy said, you signed that stuff over to the label because the label had to pay to press and print and distribute all the vinyl, all the CDs. This was before everything went digital.
It used to be that the money that the bands got, was maybe 10% of the total sales, which wasn't much. It was basically enough to finance them going out on tour to earn where the majority of their money actually came from, which was merch. Okay. The touring is where most of the bands used to make all their money from, and that's how they get their name out there and everything else. You look at some great examples. Elton John didn't actually write most of his most popular songs. Bernie Taupin did. Okay. So Bernie Taupin actually gets most of the money from those, unless of course Elton's bought those back by now, which I don't remember if he has or not. Frank Sinatra, for example, Fly Me to the Moon. He didn't write that. Okay. So his estate doesn't get that. That was Charles Singleton and Eddie Snyder. That was Bart Howard. And Strangers in the Night was Charles Singleton and Eddie Snyder. And then Paul Anka wrote My Way.
Right.
So Sinatra was the performer.
I'm not pretending to be an expert here. All right. I know other situations like Kelly Clarkson, right? The first American Idol. Part of the original American Idol contracts, when you compete, you either have to sign with their label or you can't sign with a label for X number of years after the show.
Yeah.
Which is why it used to be a joke.
Right.
It was better to come in second or third
Still is.
than it was to come in first.
But apparently those contracts are pretty easy to get out of.
Well, and now what winds up happening, and this was the case when Taylor Hicks won, Simon Cowell's label was just signing everybody. They signed Daughtry, they signed McPhee, they signed Hick. Anybody who had any chance of being a star, they just signed it. But that was part of being on the show.
Right.
And Kelly made it very clear, as soon as that contract was up, she was not re-signing.
Right. And what's interesting is that label sold out, and they sold out for $300 million.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it didn't just include Taylor stuff. Okay, it included everybody. Now, the vast majority of the worth of that $300 million was Taylor stuff. The rest of it was the crap that they paid to record that nobody really wanted. All right. So that's the way that it worked. It's the who was the black chubby guy that won from American Idol, like second.
Ruben Studdard.
Yeah, it was the Ruben Studdards of the world. Who put out a CD that nobody bought. Okay, that was the rest of the $300 million. So it wasn't unknown.
So there was a similar story from the past.
Okay,
and it was Monty Python. So Monty Python was given a choice at one point of getting paid a certain amount of money by the BBC or taking the master tapes.
Mm-hmm.
They took the master tapes.
Yeah.
So Monty Python's been making money for years reselling the original episodes of Monty Python, that if they hadn't taken, the BBC would have just erased the tapes.
Yeah, and it's pretty funny because I actually just heard something about Monty Python and those guys the other day, that was at a time when the BBC was basically throwing money at the wall, seeing what would stick.
Uh-huh.
And they didn't have hardly any input into Monty Python or any of that production. Right? Okay, and there was really no oversight either at that point. And so the guys were just making stuff for themselves. They didn't really care if it made anybody else laugh. And they had no idea whether it would actually, provoke an audience response. They didn't know things had become catchphrases until after they heard them on the street themselves. They thought that it was just, silliness. So,
all right. So
speaking of
getting back to the weddings.
Yes, getting back to the wedding
though.
Yes.
So the flip side to that, is I found an article where a woman got everything for her wedding. Her wedding only cost $3,000 because she bought everything off of Amazon.
Yeah. Now this was interesting to me because I watch a lot of YouTube sometimes, probably more than I should. All right. And there was one channel called like As Is or something like that. And they were trying on Amazon. Actually, I think they were trying on Amazon or Wish wedding dresses. And the whole thing was that the wedding dress had, they did different price containers. So they're under $50, under $100, under $500. Okay. And so I was interested in it because my wife, I don't know about your wife, since you guys don't have any weddings coming up, Mike, and I don't know about your folks, Colin, but my wife is infatuated with Say Yes to the Dress. Okay. It's on all the time. Is it on at your house all the time, Mike?
No.
No? Good. Just block the channel now. All right. Trust me, you don't want to get them started down the route.
I can't block the channel because it's on the same channel with all the midgets.
And more of a reason to block the channel, Mike. All right. So watching
and Dr. Pimple Popper.
Lots more reason to block the channel. So anyway, so she's watching all this Say Yes to the Dress, and I'm hearing the bride walk in and go, "Oh, we have a very reasonable budget, $3,500
for a dress.
$3,500. That's reasonable. That's a low budget. That's low budget for you. Oh, Daddy said I can have anything in the store. What? And so they're bringing $25,000 dresses. Oh, this is only my third wedding. Okay.
What happened to the other two dresses?
Well, and one lady picked out a dress, looked just like her first wedding dress. The wedding dress from her first wedding, rather.
Now you do know at that store it costs $1,500 just to walk in the door.
See, my wife told me it was like $750 to have an appointment. But yeah, no, you have to have an appointment, and that's only good for like so long, and it was ridiculous. But and that doesn't go towards the price of the dress. I don't understand that. But it's like, they end up with these dresses $6,000, $7,000, $8,000.
Sometimes more than one.
Yeah, I know.
I remember one
I gotta have a wedding dress, and then I need a reception dress because I gotta change it in the middle so that I can look extravagant. But I gotta dance. I gotta boogie. I gotta be able to move. I'm like, no.
So
I'm like, get those zip off pants. That's what I do. I get the pants to zip off at the knees, and that's my, that they need to make those in tuxedo zip offs.
So I saw that she got her wedding dress from Amazon as well.
Yes, she did.
So I never looked at wedding dresses on Amazon.
Some of them are pretty reasonable.
$12.
I'm not surprised that you haven't, but
but still, I never even thought that they'd have wedding. Yeah, here's one that's $12 and with a 20% off coupon.
Yeah. Oh, are you looking for Prime? Because we got to have it next day. we need it for next day.
Well, yes. Does that $3,000 include shipping or the Prime membership?
You know what's funny is I bet most of her $3,000 was venue, because I'm looking at the venue, and the venue don't look terribly. It doesn't look horrible, but it doesn't look great. Just looking through what little bit I can see. I see like a decent PA speaker, and I see, so I don't know, but I was going to look up their wedding dresses. Okay. I want bride. Why am I in wedding dresses? Yes. Okay. So we want, let's see here. Oh, $11. $11 for a wedding dress. Oh, I would so trust that. Here's one. It's got the bling. It's $9.90.
I'm actually
a $9 wedding dress. I wonder how cheap.
I'm looking to see if I can find her.
Are you going to try and find Kim's wedding dress?
No, I'm on her Instagram. I'm on the bride's Instagram page looking to see if I can find any info about this.
Oh, to see if you can find out which one? Because now she's an Instagram wedding model lady thing, and she's going to give you tips for your wedding dress. But here we go. $4.86. Oh, to $95.
You got to find the right.
Yeah,
it's probably just like some accessory.
It's probably like doll clothes is the wedding dress. But still, even if it's at the high end, even if it's $95.99. All right, so let's look at this real quick. All right, so folks, so that's $95.99 is the most that's going to cost. All right, and that's not a bad wedding dress. I mean, there's not a ton of bling there, but it's got everything you need. It's got dress and shoulder straps and stuff to hold the bazooms in, and it's white. What else do you need? And it's got 4 out of 5 stars with 460 reviews. I mean, that to me that looks pretty good.
Okay, so they had their wedding at World Overcomers Raleigh. Well, let's look this up, which is a church. It's a big church. That's where they had their wedding.
Okay.
So it's obviously a church that they probably just made a donation.
Yep. Well, they got 4.9 stars out of 5 with 13 Google reviews.
Hey, look, $3,000. God bless you.
Yeah.
And God bless. Thank you for setting the bar. And by setting the bar, guys, find yourself a woman
who'll do
that looks at this $3,000 total for the wedding
as a challenge
and says challenge accepted.
Yeah. Find somebody who does it for $2,500. I want to see a $2,500 Amazon and Wish wedding.
Now she had an actual DJ. You realize how much she probably could have saved if she had just bought a dot?
Yeah.
And hooked it onto their speak. Alexa, play my cocktail hour playlist.
Yeah.
Alexa, play my wedding reception playlist.
I was joking
with the DJ that did our wedding, because I'm still friends with him on Facebook. I was joking with him one day. He's like, somebody just sent me a link to their Spotify playlist and said that this is what they want me to play.
It wasn't my first.
And I said, it's only a matter of time until Alexa. Okay, yeah, the microphone's off. Okay, good. Making sure.
Yeah, it wasn't my first DJ gig, but it was pretty close. like third or fourth, where I went to go DJ a reception, and the mother of the bride is who hired me, right? So I bring some gear. Now I'm told they got PA speakers and everything there because it's a ballroom, so all I got to do is plug my system in to play music. But I go ahead and bring my crap just in case, right? So I'm there, and it's a country theme, so I'm playing some country music and doing different stuff, and to give you an idea of how high class this is, before me, the opening act for me as a DJ was Elvis himself, all right, an Elvis impersonator. So I start playing music. Suddenly, the groom comes up to me and goes, hey, can you just play the mix CD that we gave you? Sure. Drop it in. Play.
Yep, I'm done.
All right. This is stupid.
Yeah,
Nobody danced.
So I was also looking, I was curious on the other side. Yeah, apparently I can get a tuxedo that fits me for $95.90.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, see, look. Okay, so here, look, I'm going to show you this one. So, ladies like ball gowns, right? Everybody wants to be a princess on their wedding day, right? Solved. $77. Right there. Princess. Look at how happy she is. Look at that smile. All right? Now, that is a happy person. And that is 4.5 stars with 325 reviews. See, anybody got pictures? Oh, look, some pictures. We got pictures. So, look, that looks good. She's happy. Look, she's happy. So, she's happy. And I don't know if that is the father or if that is the groom. What do you think, Mike?
I don't want to go there.
Okay. It could be both. We don't know.
Wait, I was going to say, go back and click on some of the 1-star reviews. I'm curious.
Okay. Yeah, I am curious. I always do look at the 1 stars and say, all right, looks good from a distance. Found many flaws. Lots of beading that's barely hanging on and threads coming out. I don't have time to return it, so I have to pay to have it repaired. No, you don't pay to have it repaired. It's a $100 dress. This would make a great Halloween costume. They're going to wear it once. We pay shipping to us and to return. Dress was too small. Well, that's your fault.
Yeah.
It was vacuum sealed in a tiny bag, and the detail was wrinkled up horribly. The ribbon that laces up in the back was something. Okay, different dress received. All right, well, fair point there. 1 star. Missing the sash. Okay. Poor quality, wrong color.
Deception, poor quality. You paid how much for it?
You paid $77 for a wedding dress. Material is cheap. Yeah, so's the price.
The dress was in a packet clearly labeled "Made in China." Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be made here in the United States by a little grandma who makes everyone by hand.
I received a dress that looked nothing like what I ordered. Okay, fair point. That is a fit and flare. That is not a princess dress.
That is fair, and I don't know why you know the difference.
It's too much say yes to the dress.
Now,
damn it.
okay, that one that's at the top of the screen right now. No ribbon to no lace fit.
Up, no response.
Not all the lace is sewed on nicely. Some is falling off, and I keep trying to reach out so I could receive ribbon, but got no response. Bad customer service. Your review is completely invalid at this point for the misspelling and the run-on sentence and lack of punctuation. Thank you.
Only that, but if your big complaint is they didn't include a small piece of ribbon to tie up the back, go to Joann Fabrics, Hobby Lobby, wherever, and spend the $2 to buy 50 yards.
All right, I just noticed that these reviews say what size these people ordered.
She was a 26W, which I don't know what big size a 26W is. I have a feeling it's not small.
No, I know that the large. It's generally speaking, bigger size is a bigger number.
Yeah, the bigger my shoe size, the bigger my foot. Let's put it that way.
So I am. Oh dear Christ! I haven't hated myself yet today. Let's go ahead to the web. Size 26 model.
I don't know if that's going to even come up.
No, it did.
It did. You're right. It did. Let's.
Okay. Tess Holiday is apparently a famous size 26 model.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that are curious, there's a size 26 lady.
All right.
Yep. So
I was just curious because it seemed like that review.
and we're not saying there's anything wrong with her.
No.
Yo, your size is your size. Your size is the right size. Don't let anybody tell you different. Just don't expect that dress to look the same way as it did on the size 2 model.
What I noticed was the sizes for the negative reviews ran extreme. Either they were 2 or 4 or 26.
Yeah, they were either
So-
low single digits or higher double digits.
I'm wondering if that's the problem because, we got a comment here that it's probably in China size, which runs small anyway. That is absolutely correct.
Yeah, you need to
So-
adjust.
When you're middle of the road,
When you're dealing with a $77 dress, you should adjust your thinking.
Buy big and then find someone local to resize it for you.
Yeah, in fact,
Or-
look right
or-
here.
three.
include binder clips.
They give you a size chart. All right, use size chart.
Or, since it's only $77,
Buy several,
buy several.
and it's Amazon. Return the ones you don't want.
Yeah, but
if
this
it's
is
Amazon.
not Prime. This was not Prime.
Yeah.
That's why it was 20. It's
Okay.
actually $55 for the dress and $22 to ship.
Okay,
So
well,
every dress you get is $22 shipping. That if it doesn't fit, you got to pay that to ship it back.
well, let's
So
see here.
that's that part. If it was Prime, that would be a different story.
Ooh, what is
Or if
Prime
you could
Wardrobe?
return it to Kohl's.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's the new thing. Return to Kohl's. So, while Shaggy finds yet another dress to talk about.
Yeah.
Um,
you welcome to Say Yes to the Prime dress.
So I actually had a similar thing. I was looking at office furniture, office chairs recently, because I need a better chair for work. And I was looking through the website of Steelcase, one of the big makers of really good office chairs.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking through their FAQ, and then one of the things on their frequently asked questions was gray market. They said, "Oh, these are the list." So there's some places that sell our furniture gray market. They're like, returns. They're they're priced low, but they're not official. You should stay away from them. Here is a list of known gray market retailers. I'm looking at it going, well, thanks for a list of places to shop at. That was really nice of you.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. I have two choices. So we have this dress, which could be up to $81, fairly similar to the other one, even though this one has shoulders, okay? And it is Prime, okay?
Uh-huh.
Or we have this one, which is, again, fairly similar to the other one,
Mm-hmm.
$70, so actually a little cheaper, and Prime.
So that one goes up to 22, or custom size.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
This
go
one
up
goes up to
to? No,
actually,
it goes 2, 4, and 14. What's the other one
yeah.
do?
So this one, 20 plus.
20 plus.
Whatever 20 plus means. So the answer is there's a Prime dress for a Prime, bride out there.
Yeah.
Oh, I want an all Prime wedding. That's the next challenge. Not just an all Amazon wedding, an all Prime wedding. Under
Amazon
3,000.
don't sell booze.
They should.
They used
That's
to.
the only downside I see to that because you can do food,
Yep.
but they don't sell booze. So that means 90% of my family will not attend.
Wait a second. What if you took a technicality and you got your booze from, who does Amazon own now?
Oh, yeah.
Whole Foods.
Whole Foods.
Don't happen in Jersey because grocery stores can't sell alcohol.
Okay. Well,
Ah, it's like Orlando. It's like you're just walking around going, because I've seen that. So, okay. Let me ask this question about that, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Does that also mean that when you do go to a liquor store, that the booze costs at least twice as much as it does in other states where you can buy it at the grocery store?
No.
That's what I saw in Orlando. We walked into a liquor store and the prices were just stupid high. And it was because the liquor stores were the only place you could buy it, and the grocery stores couldn't.
okay. Now this also
It's
could
not the case
be
here because there's a liquor store on every other corner for God's sake. So
this also could be a technicality because I think technically you have to put your own vodka in here. But you could get close if you went this route. Personal whiskey making kit.
You do need to supply your own neutral spirit.
Right. But you're getting
Now,
closer to your own booze.
Don't you dare.
Oh, a Mr. Beer kit. That's
Don't,
what you need.
Do not. No. Don't even go there, you ridiculous fool, you. All right, listen. It's 8 o'clock, and we got two things we got to discuss because you and I both got invitations to tech things.
We did. All right, I'll talk about mine first because it's pretty simple.
Please do.
Okay, so a while ago, I signed up for what's called the Samsung Insights program. All right, probably like 5 years ago I did. And originally the program was, hey, we need beta testers for our new phones. So we will send out basically engineering samples of new phones to you guys, and you can test them. We'll install an app to monitor your usage, and then tell us what you think about them. Now that program has been modified a little bit now. Now it's, hey, we'll give you a phone 50% off, and you get to keep the phone afterwards, is what it is. So if you need a new phone and you're willing to pay the entire 50%, it's still a good deal. However, this is the first time I've actually been selected for a program, unfortunately, and it's one that I'm going to have to turn down because I got asked if I would be interested in reviewing and helping them collect usage data on a Samsung Galaxy A50. Now, a Galaxy A50 is basically the budget Galaxy phone. So in the AT&T world, that would be like a Galaxy J phone, J series phone. The A is for the Sprint and Verizon markets. Now, I have already, my regular daily driver phone is a Galaxy S8. So yes, it's a few years old, but it's almost, paid off thanks to the payment plan. And it does pretty good. It's what people consider a flagship. The Galaxy series, S series, is what they consider flagship phones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I thought when I first got this, I'm like, oh, cool. I can actually test a new phone and, maybe have some new features. Then I actually looked at the specs. I would have to give up a lot to test their new phone. Their new phone has a plastic shell, doesn't have Qi charging, has a lower resolution, has a slower processor. The only thing that it would be getting, even though it's a couple years newer, is a bigger battery than what I have. But considering I have wireless charging everywhere that I need it, I don't care about battery life too much. Because it's either plugged in when I'm in my car, or it's on a wireless charging stand somewhere if I need it. So, it was nice to be asked if I wanted to take part in it.
Yeah.
Finally. But two things. One, I'm not a Verizon or a Sprint customer. So... Okay, strikes there. Couldn't do it anyway. And even if I wanted to, it would be spending about $225 for a phone which is less powerful and less useful than the phone I already have. So probably wouldn't like me as a tester because I wouldn't give it very good marks. Because I'd always be comparing it to my phone which is more capable. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that not responding to this doesn't kick me out of the program in the future because, I'd really like to test like the Galaxy S10 or whatever.
Yeah.
So
S11. 11,
yeah.
Just not the folding one.
Yeah, boy, they really said, hey, fold. We don't know when we're going to come out with it. But at least they did come through and say, yeah, we rushed that one because we wanted to beat the other people and may have screwed the pooch on it.
Yeah, that's called being Samsung.
Yeah. But, so, yeah. Go ahead, Mike. You got invited.
So, yeah, my offer was for, God bless you, for the Amazon Echo Auto.
Yep.
Which, from what it's basically to add Alexa to any car.
I had seen this. I had seen a flyer for this or something online, I think. And it looked pretty cool.
Amazon was touting it and offering it as, the invite only for the launch. And I got the email today that I'd been accepted if I wanted to order it.
Cool.
And apparently it expires in 10 days. So I have 10 days to decide whether or not I actually want to order this thing. It is only $25.
Oh, that's a good deal.
So here's the part. This is where I'm on the fence. Yes, it is only $25, and in my current car, it might make sense because I can. It tethers to your phone through Bluetooth, and it connects to your Bluetooth head unit. So basically, everything is done Bluetooth audio through Alexa. And yeah, it might be cool. To me, it's a cheap way to access apps that I normally would not be able to access because I don't have Android Auto. Like I could do Google Maps and get turn by turn, but not have the visual map up. So is that good or bad? I don't know.
Well, you can actually do Android Auto without having Android Auto.
Well, okay. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. So then I start thinking that really this is nothing more than like the Echo input. Is that what it's called? That allows you to, it's basically just a brain that uses speakers in your house. And that's selling for less. I believe that's only selling for like $20.
The difference is the Echo input still has some type of brain and has the wireless component in it, whereas this one is completely Bluetooth and actually uses the brain on your phone for the translation, I believe. I think this is more similar to the Rove Viva, which I have, and I used to use before I had Android Auto in my dash. But I think it's a better implementation than what Rove Viva did. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time figuring out what this is supposed to do for me.
So I can only talk about a little bit as opposed to what the Rove Viva did.
And Colin, I think that's where I'm at. Is would I even use this thing? I mean, how is this different than me just using the Alexa app on my phone?
Exactly.
And my phone is tethered to Bluetooth. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
You got your phone. You got your phone plugged in through Bluetooth to the car. You got the Alexa app running on the phone. So you tell Alexa on the phone to do something. It does.
Yeah.
What is this doing?
I think that this came out too late. Okay. This had a place before you could do Android Auto on your phone without it having to be plugged into a head unit. Okay. Because before that, turn-by-turn directions and stuff like that was a pain in the butt. Okay. Because this will actually read out your turn-by-turn directions, the Echo Auto. Okay. Now, the Rove Viva did not, which was one of the downfalls of it. But I had this unit here, which it worked. It was slow, though. That was my biggest complaint, was this was slow to recognize. This is basically a small Echo Dot that, again, bound to your phone Bluetooth and then could bound to the car Bluetooth, or it had an 1/8" out as well, and then it had 2 quick charge ports. And this has been out for a long time. For those that are curious, this is the Echo Auto that we're talking about. It's just a little, matchbook looking thing.
I think the key benefit to what you were just talking about, though, was that it added Bluetooth to a car that doesn't have Bluetooth.
Yeah, and that was a big deal for me because I didn't have Bluetooth.
Yeah, that sounds like a necessary thing.
Yeah.
So the Echo Auto will do that. The Echo Auto also has an aux out.
Yeah.
Right? So if you have a factory head unit that just has an aux in, or I'll even go as far as to say a cassette deck, and you have one of those old school adapters, then this would work.
Right. So,
and I think that's more what these are aimed at.
Yeah.
Than the cars that already have Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
I think saying, it connects through Bluetooth to your car, that seems...
It seems silly because I can throw Android Auto on my phone. I can bind it to the car's Bluetooth.
Right.
And what'll happen is I'm then using the car's, and I'm getting Android Auto through my phone without having to redo my deck. Now, is it as full featured? No, but it still does a really good job. I've used it that way a couple times actually. Then you get the GPS on screen and you get the push button stuff, and you can answer calls and you can do Hey Google and all that other fun stuff, and it works well. The big thing you have to remember is just that you need to have it plugged in anytime you're using Android Auto. You need power because boy, that sucks the power out of this thing.
Yeah. Now, so Kim's got Android Auto in her car,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hardwired, so your phone has to be plugged in.
Yeah,
which
they're
is good. Right?
Next year they're changing that. I think it's next year. That's changing soon.
But only the new head units will support it.
Yeah, only the new head and new phones. I don't think it's going to be backwards.
Right. So, Marcy wrote in saying that costs more than a wedding dress, and and saying it's okay but can't get Waze. Yeah, Waze. Look, Waze integration is cool, but to me, Waze is not a necessity, especially since Google's traffic has gotten so much better. That was the big thing with Waze.
Yeah.
At least here, it was the traffic was better than Google.
Boy, I could never get Waze to figure out where the hell I wanted to go.
Yeah.
Well, and now here's the other problem. Waze is not in 2019 GMC vehicles. Okay, well there's your problem. It's a GMC.
They're still using a 1980s radio.
I am not. Look. I refuse to buy another piece of GM crap once my truck is gone. Which, by the way, is going to happen by the end of the year. So this truck rust in peace, you piece of crap. Anyway, yeah, she's got the Android Auto, but Colin, I'm with you. Like, yeah, it's only $25, but dude, what is it going to do for me? And I think the answer is I'll never use it. So I don't even think it's a worthwhile purchase at this point.
I think if you have realized that the microphones built into your phone are bad, this is the device to fix that problem without having to buy a new phone.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I had that Rode Viva for a while. I used it for maybe a month, and then I'm like, this is too much of a pain. It's just, it's too slow. It's just clunky.
Yeah,
and it's not worth it. Now I'm just, I get in the car, I throw my phone in the cup holder, I plug my USB cable into it, and I'm off. And for the most part, it's a trouble-free experience. And evidently, there's an upgrade coming to Android Auto, which is going to make it even better, which is going to make it automatically resume what you were playing before you stopped. So there's a few upgrades that are coming, but weirdly enough, as I understand it, and any changes to Android Auto have to go through the NTSB, National Traffic Safety Board.
Yep.
So it's not just it can't be upgraded nearly as quickly as everybody wishes it could.
Yeah. It also means there's deep limitations to just what kind of software people can make for it.
Yeah. So, which does cause a problem when you're trying to scroll through your list of songs or playlists on Spotify, and it goes, please pull over and stop to continue doing this. I just want to get to the song list. I'm too many.
Yeah. I mostly just play Audible on mine, so.
Yeah. So, one more thing real quick, talking about Alexa. Evidently, Alexa has a real potty mouth. There was Mike, did you bring this article up? There was a lawsuit where
the guy canceled his Prime membership, and the next day Alexa started cursing at him.
Yeah. So in South Wales, resident Michael Slade, 29, said that the trouble began the day after he called Amazon to cancel his subscription. After that, Alexa started calling him S-head. And evidently it bleeped it. I'm not sure. No, don't do that, stupid box on my shelf. I said the nasty A word, and it started to talk back because I forgot to remute it. But evidently, I was curious. I'm like, well, how can I make it swear? Turns out it's pretty easy. Turns out it's just a skill that you can add, and you can put your own custom responses into Alexa, and then you can have her respond all kinds of different ways.
And I'm going to be doing that.
Yeah, I thought so too. So
it's like when you had the old TomTom GPSs where you could put on celebrity like custom voices, and I had Ozzy Osbourne, and people would get in my truck when I had the TomTom, and Ozzy, they wrote about why you're fucking right. People like, where, what am I supposed to do now?
Yeah. So so that's going to be a lot of fun, I think, around my house.
So The one
Especially
thing
when I
did
start
do-
asking her where I put my keys and
God.
all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen. So I looked back before to make sure my microphone was off.
Mm-hmm.
What I did this past weekend, I ordered a Bluetooth speaker, a little ounce angle. It was on, it was only like $20, and I tied it to this dot, but I put it upstairs in the living room.
Okay.
So that I can make announcements to yell at the dogs when they're barking in the front window while I'm trying to work down here. It
Nice.
worked well for about a day.
Mhm.
And then when the dogs figured out that I wasn't really there, they started ignoring it just like they do when I am yelling at them in person. So that didn't work out. So now I have a nice Bluetooth speaker I can take with me somewhere, but
My mom has 2 parakeets. She likes to have Alexa play bird sounds at them.
And finally, before we get to our double feature movie review, I want to cover this article that Mike came up with because I think this restaurant is brilliant. All right. Because I have definitely been to a restaurant where my wife will order something, like soup or salad or whatever, something very light because she goes, "Oh, I'm not very hungry," or, "Oh, I'll just have a couple of your fries."
I just want to chime in real quick before Marcy writes in. Hook it up to the treat dispenser. Yeah. So you mean hook it up to my wife?
Yeah.
Don't quite work like that.
No. So I have.
Yes.
So when Mike sent this note saying that a restaurant has started offering a side for $4.25, which the side includes extra French fries, 2 fried chicken wings, or and 2 fried chicken wings, or 2 fried cheese or 3 fried cheese sticks for $4.25, and the side is called "My Girlfriend Is Not Hungry." I thought that was genius, and I think every restaurant should do it.
That is beyond genius.
Yeah, that's just like they should offer a dessert with, instead of like, "Oh, would you like whipped cream or cherries?" You should be able to add an optional, "I'll just have a scoop of yours," which basically doubles the order. All right.
I just what I'm most interested in is how do people actually order at this restaurant? Because you just say like, "I would like the hamburger," and "my girlfriend is not hungry."
Yeah,
and then what does
the waiter comes up and says, "Yes, sir. What would you have?" "I'll have a hamburger and fries and tall Miller Lite, and anything else, sir? Anything for her? No. My girlfriend's not hungry." "Oh, okay, sir."
So does the waiter then say, "Is that chicken or cheese sticks?" So you say cheese sticks, and now you've completed
is she
the circle.
Not hungry for chicken, or is she not hungry for cheese sticks?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
That is one Achilles heel in this.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when you say she's not hungry for either, and then he brings both.
The downside here is, whichever one you pick,
it's wrong.
Is going to be wrong.
Yeah. But at least you're left with what she didn't want.
9 times out of 10, Kim is stealing some of my fries. So I'm just happy with the extra fries.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, that's kind of expensive for some extra French fries.
Oh, but, it's...
Well, when you consider that fries themselves as a side is $3 at this restaurant anyway, it's really not...
Yeah.
No, it's not bad.
If you're basically getting double the fries and the wings are mozzarella sticks.
I guess the question is that $2.95 for the French fries plus $4.25 for extra French fries, or is it just $4.25?
It's just $4.25 because your fries will come with your meal, and she would have normally stolen them off of your plate.
Yeah, but
because most meals come with a couple of sides included. Those are just like extra side, if you want extra sides. Is the way I'm thinking. Now I don't know.
I'm just saying, if it was if it was the price of a hamburger plus the price of "my girlfriend is not hungry," then okay, that looks like a pretty good deal. If it's the price plus the anyway.
No, at least around here, if it's listed as a side there, like if you order a meal that doesn't come with French fries and you want French fries, then it's $2.95 to add fries to that.
Yeah,
right.
Burgers, sandwiches, those typically come with fries.
Yeah, usually
I get what you're saying.
I have been to places that have the prices split out.
Even if it's just on there as a damn novelty.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's still a great idea.
It's brilliant.
I just because some people are going to order it just so that then they can take the Instagram pic of their receipt.
Yeah.
That says my girlfriend isn't hungry, side dish.
Or you're going to get...
Because it's all about the gram. See, I'm hip with the lingo.
Yeah.
I'm in with the kids.
What was that one? There was one comedian. He did his thing on YouTube. It was like, I asked my wife, I said, I'm going to McDonald's. Do you want anything? No, I'm not hungry. You text that to me. I want proof. Get home, rip open the bag, put some salt and pepper on my fries, make them real nice. Oh my God, these are so good. No.
See, that's when
I'll play it through a Bluetooth speaker so you can ignore me that way too. But no.
See, that's when I go to Wendy's, okay, I'm getting a Frosty for me. Well, when I text the wife and say, hey, I'm going to Wendy's, do you want me to pick you anything up? And she says, I'll just have a spoonful of your Frosty. I get
her
a child's Frosty.
Yes.
Because then I can eat my Frosty. And she has stopped complaining about that. The first time I did it, she goes, well, I said I just wanted a spoonful. I said, yes, and I wanted a Frosty.
Okay, and a child's Frosty or value menu Frosty is only like 4 spoonfuls anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
of course, then it starts the fight of, well, give me some of your fries so I can dip it in there.
oh, now listen.
Which is okay because I just get the larger fries.
So we're going to be into the movie reviews here in about just over 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we do have...
there's a couple of bits of movie news.
Yes, there's a couple of bits of movie news that we need to cover.
Yeah.
The first one, we had something from Mike saying, I'm not sure if this is a must-do, but we can discuss. No, Mike, this is a must-do.
Okay. I did not want to assume.
No, assume away.
Okay.
So, Ian Ziering says...
Well, hold on, because I also know that our esteemed colleague over here, don't you have a problem with zombies?
You know what? I watched the Zombies movie, and it was okay. It just depends on how horrific it is.
Okay, well, all right. Let's tell our listeners what we're talking about, and then...
Yeah. So, Sharknado was ended. So, and this is not, as far as I can tell, involving Asylum. So this is Ian Ziering, the star of Sharknado.
And 90210 fame. Brandon from 90210.
Yes. And with the director of the Sharknado movies, they're getting together to make a new series called Zombie Tidal Wave.
Which just sounds odd. I can't even figure out how you would have... I mean, a Sharknado, I kind of get.
Uh-huh.
I get how you could have a Sharknado. How are you going to have a zombie tidal wave? A tidal wave of zombies?
I don't know.
I mean, is it going to be... I mean, is it going to be like a tsunami where it like pulls all the water out first and then you see all like the shipwrecks and everything and all the bodies underneath and then it rushes back in and they're like scooped up to the top of the crest of the wave? And then they're deposited on land and electrified or something in a storm, and that's how they come to life. I don't know how. Are we going to get, like, Titanic zombies and, Bermuda Triangle zombies? I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get a zombie tidal wave.
So apparently he's going to be on an island. So the tidal wave brings zombies to the island.
Okay, so is this basically like World War Z?
I don't know.
Is that the movie?
There is a movie called World War Z with zombies in it. That's correct.
That's all I know. Or is it going to be like maybe they want to get some of that Walking Dead money. Maybe it'll be like The Walking Dead.
I sincerely doubt it.
Well, they could. It's easy to fake that movie. I just don't. Zombie Tidal Wave offered the opportunity to see my original concept through to release, Ziering said Wednesday in a statement. Who says that? Who says that? I had a vision of a zombie tidal wave. It is incredibly satisfying to be a creator and work on all facets of the process, including my contribution as an actor. Darby and I wanted to continue to curate more projects together in this hands-on manner, and I can't wait to bring more of my acting and directing peers and new production partners along with us. All right. There's a couple questions. If he's bringing his acting buddies with him,
mm-hmm.
Is April coming? Is
No.
April going to be on Zombie Island?
No.
Why don't they call it
Look,
Zombie Island? Why are they going to call it Zombie Island? Why isn't it called Zombie Island?
Because Zombie Island does not involve something with some kind of
Meteorological event?
Thank you, yes. I'm not sure if the tidal wave is a meteorological
I don't know
event.
either. It's usually caused by one, though.
But Sharknado... Okay, so Sharknado, you have a tornado, which is not something that usually is involving marine animals.
Yeah.
Coming to land. So now he has a tidal wave, which does not usually involve land things, such as zombies.
Yeah.
So it's the exact opposite of Sharknado.
Yeah. Is he going to use a chainsaw again? We should take a bet right now. Is he going to use a chainsaw on these zombies?
No.
Because that was the hallmark. What is his new weapon of mass zombie destruction?
Machete.
You think machete?
Purchased off of Amazon.
Prime, I hope. Casey needs to return it.
I don't know. I think
Where everybody gets...
I'm going to guess that it's going to have to be something water-related, like a trident.
Oh, you think he's going Jason Momoa?
No, I'm just saying he had marine animals being killed by something that's usually used on wood. So now he has land things coming from the sea, so now he needs a weapon which is sea-related.
Well, good news, Mike. Here's all your options for prime machetes. All right, there's some pretty good options there. All the way from like $15 to like
Sort.
52.
Do me a favor.
Yep.
So you got it on Prime. Sort by lowest price.
All right, let's lowest price. Okay, that is not a machete. That is a knife. A double deuce machete. That's definitely a machete. $11.26.
Okay.
We're very prime centric tonight. Oh, sorry.
Scroll down just a little bit. I'm going to see if I can a little bit more.
Oh.
No, because now we're getting okay. I believe that my machete, which was purchased off of Amazon, using Prime, I believe it's a Gerber brand.
Oh, Gerber Gator Machete Jr. $14.60.
It came with a sheath, and I remember having this conversation with my dentist of all people, because my wife goes to the same dentist, and she says, I made mention that we were cleaning out the garage. My wife didn't understand why I kept the machete right there by the door to go into the garage. I said, that's where you need to keep it.
You need a machete.
Dentist asked, why do you need to keep it there? I said, zombies.
Yes.
Which got us into a very big debate right before she was getting ready to drill my teeth about whether or not I really thought zombies existed. First, my stance was, I've never seen a baby pigeon, but I know they exist. So I'm pretty sure just because I haven't seen a zombie doesn't mean they're not out there.
Well, you should have just said, do you believe in Jesus? Case in point.
I believe I did make a Jesus reference.
Here you go,
Which
Mike.
point, before I even got to finish the sentence, I got hit with, are you saying Jesus was a zombie?
Here you go, Mike. Is this it? Because this is
it's not that fancy.
Okay, well, this isn't
The
terribly
sheep looks
fancy.
very similar, but
because that's the Gerber one, and
it doesn't have a saw back.
Okay.
So
well, you can get that one for $18.60.
Okay, so another movie story I wanted. Sorry, we have like a couple minutes left.
No, it's fine. We got plenty of time.
A different movie story I wanted to get to was we had a discussion previously on sequels that ruined the original movie.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Yes, we did.
So, just the last couple of days, I had the first instance of a movie I had not planned to watch. I suddenly find that I need to watch because of a sequel.
Okay, so I see the header on your thing. So I will tell you that the movie you are about to talk about, my wife loves.
Mm-hmm.
All right, because it has one of her favorite actors in it right now, who also happens to be a complete media whore on Instagram. If you get one message from this guy, you get 20 posts from this guy a day.
Oh, God. Okay. I cannot see anything you are typing up. I'm pretty sure you are talking about Jumanji.
Yes. So, all right, I will tell you, I like the Jumanji remake movie. It's not a remake, actually. It's just the next.
Yeah, it's the next one, yes.
Yeah, the Jumanji was the sequel to Jumanji.
Uh-huh.
And now they're doing another sequel called Jumanji, like The Next Level or Level Up or
The
something.
Next Level. You're correct the first time.
And I will say, have you seen the previews for that, Mike?
I saw the preview, and I so friggin' need to see this movie.
I know,
That's exactly the situation I am in.
It does look funny.
I haven't seen the previous one. I was just like, oh, maybe I'll see it sometime. But now I've seen this preview, and I'm like, I didn't know I needed to see Dwayne The Rock Johnson playing Danny DeVito, but I really have to see that now.
Or Kevin Hart playing Danny Glover.
I know. I really am looking. We have to wait till December now to see this, but I am looking forward to that one. And I wasn't looking forward to the first Jumanji, but I watched it and I really liked it because I thought, probably like you, how the heck are they going to make this entertaining? Because it wasn't terribly, the first movie was entertaining because of Robin Williams, and I'm like, I don't know how this is going to be good. It was really good, and the second one looks really good.
All I can say about the first one is I was worried about Karen Gillan, and how she would do with that. If you take any other 4 actors as those main characters, it does not work.
No, they did a really good job.
Those 4 worked so well together.
And I was worried that Jack Black was going to Jack Black it up. Okay? Because he can just go. I mean, normally he plays Jack Black in every movie. Okay? He's over the top. He's, whatever. He played a toned down version of himself, and it was really good.
He's done that several times recently. Yeah, but I agree. Jack Black does. There's exactly one movie that Jack Black was good playing Jack Black. That was School of Rock.
I liked that movie. I like the end of that movie.
I like everything about that movie. But yeah, anyway.
I did think he was good in Saving Silverman, but I don't think he was his typical Jack Black self in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got that coming out, and then also there is a new Ghostbusters coming out, which evidently is now going to include Paul Rudd in the cast.
Yep. The important thing is it's being directed by the son of the original director,
Jason Reitman. And
looking at other things Jason Reitman's made, I think he's probably going to be okay. There's another director from that era who made Animal House. His son turns out to be a real terrible person. So I was a little worried at first. I was like, oh, how's this? So I was looking through everything he's done. He's like, well, he had interesting choices in women that he's spent time with for a long time. But other than that, he doesn't seem to be the creepy scumbag that the other son of a 80s comedy director has been.
Yeah, so, I mean, it'll be interesting. Let's put it that way.
It will be interesting.
I have not watched the female remake of it, so I don't know if it'll be better or worse.
More than most other people on the planet.
Well, see, that's the way I am with Green Lantern. I just was watching a YouTube video today where they said, we desperately need a remake of Green Lantern. Why? It wasn't that bad.
So, I'll tell you this. The problem with that Ghostbusters has nothing to do with the all-female cast. It has everything to do with the director of that film, who instead of coming up with a good, tight script, just basically put a bunch of funny people in a room and had them talk for a long time and then edit it down into a movie.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go into...
There was one other thing, actually, that let me see if I can pull it up, but it was on my timeline, because I think I posted up something like, did we talk about Momoa and Dinklage?
No.
How Jason Momoa was at a fan fest, and one of the questions was if he would remake Twins with Peter Dinklage, and he basically said, give me a freaking contract. Well, apparently Dinklage has said, if they gave me a good script, I'd do it.
Yeah, which would be good.
I think we need to go on that train trip and write that script, boys.
Yeah.
Because I think we have the chops. We could do it. But we need zero distractions. So let's book that Western coastal train adventure and just lock ourselves in a cabin and write this script. None of us have ever written a script before.
No.
But we've seen enough damn movies that I think we can do this.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, I was concerned when Momoa cut his hair and his beard and that. But looking at this picture here, not concerned anymore. I'm not concerned at all. It looks good. You know, they'll have to grow it back for the next Aquaman movie. But, you know.
That's going to be a wig anyway.
Well, maybe. But, yeah.
For all we know, it was always a wig.
Is there going to be a next Aquaman?
Probably.
Is there?
I think they're going to have to... See, Aquaman did well. Wonder Woman did well. Shazam did well. If you haven't seen Shazam, that's a good movie. And I think they're going... I mean, those movies did well because they lightened up a bit and got rid of the darkness that they were doing. I know Shazam and Wonder Woman were definitely better movies than the rest of them.
Evidently, there is in the works, although they keep firing the director and the screenwriter, there is a new Flash movie where they're going to do Flashpoint coming out. The guy who played Flash for Justice League has been doing press for another movie that he's in, and they've asked him about it, and boy, does he seem like he's on drugs now.
Here's the problem that DC has, okay? They keep trying to go directly to those big stories. Where you look at Marvel, they build up to the big stories. You know, they have like 12 movies before you get to the big story. You don't have... they didn't say, well, the first movie we're going to make is about Thanos snapping his fingers and killing half the people in the universe. No. They waited like a decade to get to that movie. That's, you know, DC just needs to, you know, put in the work.
Yeah.
Get us to care. And choosing stupid people to play Batman is not how you get people to care.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Here you go, Mike.
Yes! I need this. This is the movie I need in my life right now.
Yeah. They did a good job on photoshopping that. They did a pretty good job.
All right.
So, all right.
I got to step away for a second, but I'll be right back. You guys want to get started on the movies?
No problem. Before we do that, let's talk real quickly about, because I don't think the movies are going to take us that long tonight.
No.
Let's talk real quick. You know how hard it is sometimes to sell things, all right? It's really difficult. Well, a Ford dealership in Alabama has trying a new approach.
Okay.
Now, I'm used to people going, hey, you know what, you buy a new car, we're going to throw in a 100,000 mile, powertrain warranty. We're going to throw in, free car washes for a year. We're going to throw in, oil changes for 2 years. We're going to throw in, we'll take any trade in, whether it's a boat, a car, a big wheel, whatever. We'll take those in. Well, this Alabama Chatham Ford dealership has decided that in order to get people into their dealership, with every car or with every truck they sell, they're giving people a free American flag, Bible, and 12-gauge shotgun.
So, one of those is a cheap-to-make piece of cloth.
Yep.
One of those is the Bible. If you want one of those, you could just
go to any church and they'll gladly give you one.
Any church, every hotel room in the world.
Yes.
That's easy. But shotgun. Depending on a shotgun, that can be interesting. Now, would they throw in, if you're buying that truck, would they throw in a shotgun rack on the back of the truck?
I don't know if they'll mount a gun rack in the back or not.
Buying what truck? Who buying a truck?
Well, we're talking about the Alabama Ford dealership that in order to get you to buy a new truck, Mike, they're offering you some incentives. These may be different than what your local Ford dealership's doing, though. So, it's dealership specific. All right. In this dealership, to make them stand out in their small town, you get a free American flag, a free Bible, and included a 12-gauge shotgun. So, yeah.
I couldn't even get the guy when I test drove this past weekend. I couldn't even get the guy to throw in a year of Sirius.
So you get God, glory, and guns with this dealership is what you get. Yeah. They cover 3 Gs.
The question is who makes the shotgun? Because if it's like a Chinese shotgun, that's not going to work.
I don't know. The details about the shotgun are not in this article.
Yeah, see, like around here, you come in and test drive, you get a free 55-inch TV. Yeah, well, you know that TV ain't made in the USA.
No. Well, we know the Bible and the flag probably aren't made in the USA.
Oh God, let's not even.
Cause
what the hell kind of question is this? Is it sawed off?
Does it come?
Is this the relative that lives up on the mountain and drinks the smoothies? Is that who this is?
So
asking the question if it's sawed off.
I find it interesting that's what they're going to for giveaways. I mean, maybe they know their customers better than anybody else. I mean, selling a vehicle in today's climate can be kind of difficult. Although I have to tell you, all you have to do if you want to sell one to my dad is tell him, "Hey, you want a new truck?" Because that seems to be all it takes. Is, "Hey, your truck's old. You should have a new truck." And boom, new truck.
I finally put myself in the mindset that I am waiting until at least October, because I want to find that dealer that needs to sell those extra trucks to meet their quota.
Yeah, for the year.
So I am waiting.
What kind of truck do you want? I mean, what brand are you looking for? I'm curious.
It's not even brand. I know exactly what I want.
Yep.
And I'm sure I'm gonna get comments in the thread in a minute.
He wants a Jeep Liberty Sport.
Nope.
Purple. With a rag top.
Nope. You're right church, wrong pew.
And he wants the cloth wheel cover on the back to say, "Please flip over."
Dodge Durango.
Durango. Doge. So we can't have Doges here.
No.
They don't start in the wintertime. They're bad trucks. They're bad vehicles. Oh, and you want the SRT model, right?
The funny part is I test drove a 2015 RT, not even the SRT.
No, you got to get the
used, and I decided that I do not need a damn Hemi.
Yes, you do.
I don't need to go 0 to 60 in 5 seconds in an SUV.
6.4 liter Hemi V8. That's what you need.
That's the only thing you could possibly get me to think about buying a Dodge, is by saying it has a big engine.
Yes, big engine. Yeah, look at that.
I have to be honest that
flip up screens in the back of the front
looking
seats.
at them, and then I'm talking to my mechanic and telling him, getting to the point where I said I'm torn between Ford Explorer, which I know is downsizing a little bit, or he's like, the Explorer is just a minivan in SUV clothing. I said, okay.
Not the new Explorer.
Well, the 2020 is not.
Yeah, the 2020 is back to rear-wheel drive. It's a truck again.
Or he says, you want to go similar in size? Take a look at the Durangos. I said, oh, really? That I seldom have any problems, any major repairs, any of my customers. Okay.
Yeah, that's because they just explode on the side of the road. They don't need repaired. They need put out of fire.
Well, he also knows if I have a problem, I'm going to come and kick his ass. So I know where he lives, not just where he works. But, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
So, yeah. So, end of the year, Mike's buying Italian.
Yep.
Cool. Okay, let's talk about these movies.
Okay. So, as with every week, by the way, I just want to show Mike a couple of cool pictures here. There's one on fire. There's one on fire.
It's the same one.
It's the same one.
There's a different one on fire.
Hi, same one again.
This one's definitely not the same one. That one's on fire. Look, lawsuit filed against Chrysler for Dodge Durango fuel problems. So,
that's a
problem. Defective fuel tank. That's what I want to be defective. It's the fuel tank. That's not an important item at all. Yep.
That's not even. That's the previous.
Maybe hold on. Maybe
it's like a 2011. It's a previous.
Maybe you should get that one. I bet you could get it real cheap. That one's low miles. Low miles.
It crashed. You schmuck.
Looks like it rolled down the mountain. Maybe we were trying to drive under the mountain.
Well, that's because those people with Durangos got overconfidence. So, all right. So as we do with every show, we take two movies from the hey, you might be interested in this because you watched this crappy movie category on Netflix and Amazon, We compile a list. We pick 2 of those, and then we watch them so that hopefully you don't have to suffer through the garbage that's on Netflix or Amazon, and we can pick out and tell you which ones are worth watching and which ones are worth skipping.
We got garbage, boys.
This evening, we watched for you Under the Mountain and Killer Elite. Okay, Killer Elite was on Netflix and Under the Mountain was on Amazon. If I'm correct. Mm-hmm. And which one do you guys want to do first? Let's do Under the Mountain first.
Okay, Under the Mountain.
Under the Mountain first. Now, I did not have a chance to write up my review for this, but I will go first. Okay. Basically, this movie joins a small minority of movies that we have watched, which, by virtue of their acting, their cinematography, their storytelling, their direction, their production, their incredible attention to detail, they fall flat on their face and out just suck. All right, they are horrendous, and the only thing I can say is that really they fall into the legendary footsteps of other movies like The Cobbler. All right, they're just really, really bad movies, and this one was not good from its inception. All right, the idea that you have 3 alien races, evidently. One of which is entirely made of twins, and one of which can be imprisoned below volcanoes, and another one which is these weird like tentacly things, which I guess if you're into hentai pornography, that they might be the ones that you really want to go look after. And of course we have to have redheads, because why not? Redheads don't have souls anyway, so that's what these creatures would be after. It's just a horrible movie with really slow movement. Power stones can destroy these, but they want to kill you, and blah, 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 blah. And the only way to save the Earth is to blow up 7 volcanoes. Yeah, that's going to make the residents really happy. This movie gets a puke with chunks in my book, because it is horrible. With jokes of pedophilia and everything else mixed into this, it's just a bad movie. It's just bad. Like I said, the only thing that could be worse is had they included some type of shape-shifting shoe superpower. So that's my opinion. That's what I think. All right, so puke with chunks for me.
I can't read that.
It says, piss off the cobbler rule. Mama Blair said, careful with the redhead comments.
All right, Colin, you're up.
So, Under the Mountain is I think it's a famous novel in New Zealand, because it's actually been made before as a mini-series. And what's funny is, after seeing the scenes from this movie, I'm like, I think I've seen the miniseries. There are scenes from this that remind me of scenes from that miniseries, and I have been wondering for years, what was it that I saw as a kid on TV that one day? They had kids going through some kind of underground tunnel and then escaping through some kind of, if I remember correctly, it was like a white foam thing in the ceiling. Like foam as in soap foam, not foam as in material foam. So that was interesting to me. It's like, oh, that's probably what that was. Because back when we were kids, there was lots of New Zealand and Australian kids stuff that they throw on cable television. Twins, which is a common trope. So this is definitely a YA / kids movie. This is not an adult movie, which does make all of their main character's cousin keep trying to make out with his girlfriend kind of a weird add-on to the plot. I'm not sure what they were thinking there. I enjoyed this movie much more than Shaggy did. Much so that it actually is going slightly above Matt to, I don't know. Maybe that's Smirk? Is that Smirk was right above?
I think it's Smirk.
Yeah. I'll give it Smirk. I wasn't bored. This is actually a genre of kid/YA movie things that I have read so much of as a kid that I found it vaguely nostalgic. So if you grew up with that stuff and you're looking for a movie that nostalgic, like some of those other movies like Disney, I can't remember the name of that thing was anymore. Anyway, if you're nostalgic for those like Disney type movies of characters who are going off and finding magical stuff to help protect other people from stuff, this is one of those, and you may enjoy it. Unlike Shaggy.
Yeah. All right, Mike, you're up.
Well, Mama Blair said she liked Under the Mountain, so I'll just leave it at that. So when we first watched the trailer for this, I had nostalgic feelings the same way Colin did. And I immediately thought, I've seen this, but in a different version. But unlike Colin, I remember where I saw it. It was a miniseries that was part of a show on Nickelodeon. The show was called The Third Eye. And it was dang near, scene for scene, shot for shot, without special effects, this movie. Now, I know New Zealand is famous for its sharks. I've watched enough Shark Week to know this. We watched all the Sharknadoes, so I know a lot about sharks. This chick is taking a damn kayak to a spooky old house. That's a nope. That's a big old nope. I ain't getting near no water in no boat that's barely bigger than I am. So I'm editing myself. So she sees this creepy guy who looks like a wrinkled up Crispin Glover from Charlie's Angels, all sniffing the hair, and she tells nobody, doesn't tell anybody that she ran into this creepy dude. Next thing you know, his whole army shows up at their freaking house. You know, if Woody had gone straight to the police, this is how dumb the boy is of the twins, because I have no idea what in the actual F is in the back of this hearse, but he's going and touching it. There's a whole house full of this stuff. And Ginger Boy, I'm calling him that because he's got the brains of a gingerbread man, wants to go inside. I want to know if the detective at the police station is actually aware that he's in the Matrix and getting ready to die fighting off the machines at the dock. As I watch this, I want to know how many sets of twins ran around the yard with just picking up rocks, thinking that they were going to have magical powers. Because that's the kind of generation that's growing up now. And then they're going to be mad at the government because they don't have those powers. The last thing that really affects the rating is that there's no way in hell that little car tows that big-ass boat. No way in hell. So this gets a cough from me. It might be entertaining to a younger generation, but it really didn't do anything for me. There's no way in hell I could recommend this. The acting is pretty piss poor, even for Aussies. You know, I got low expectations for most of them anyway. But the reason this got worse than a meh, Sam Neill should be damn well ashamed of himself for even taking this role.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, beneath him. Beneath them. All right. Next up is Killer Elite. First again. Okay, so Killer Elite, I believe I put on the list, and I put on the list primarily because it had Dominic Purcell in it. All right. Now, Dominic Purcell, if you don't know, is an actor who happens to be on Legends of Tomorrow. Okay. He plays Rory, who's a very angry man, and I like him in some of his roles like that. Now, while I was watching this movie, in the back of my head, it was like, where's Dominic Purcell? It said he was in this movie, and I don't see him. And I had to do work to find him because, I'm sorry, it didn't look like him, all right? Because he has a porn stash on him, and it just doesn't look like him. So this is him with the porn stash, but this is the way that he looks today, which is not the same man. All right, those are entirely different people. All right, lots of hair, mustache, bald dude, no mustache. Very difficult for me to tell apart. So I was waiting by the end of the movie to figure out where the heck he was. I still couldn't find him. But in general, so this is it's all a story about getting out of the murder for hire business and then being sucked back in. Okay. Now, with so many of these movies, we see a big name on the card and we think, oh, okay, that's 5 minutes of their time, and then they're not going to be in the movie anymore. Well, so we saw Jason Statham, Robert De Niro, and I thought, okay, well, this is going to be a Dominic Purcell movie because there's no way they're going to pay those two to be in this movie the whole time. All right? Newsflash, Jason Statham is who the whole movie's about, so you'll be able to see him in the whole damn thing. And Robert De Niro actually has a decent amount of screen time in it, which is a big surprise. Because I did not expect that at all. I expected 2 minutes. All right? Basically, maybe him saying something like, I have nipples, Greg, can you milk me? And that was it. All right? But I didn't expect him to be in it as much as he was, and that was a great surprise. So this is a whole, you got a list of people you got to go kill, and, it's good. It's a good movie. It's a good action movie if you like action movies. It's got enough suspense to keep you involved. It's, I thought it was well acted. I thought it was well written. I thought it was well filmed. I thought they could have done a little bit more with some of the situations because I thought they were a little bit plain Jane. But I think in general it was a good movie. It was a typical Jason Statham movie though. So if you're looking for deep, meaningful plot, you're not going to find it. All right. This is about as deep as a kiddie pool. All right. You're just going to see raw. This is where we're putting it down. All right. It doesn't get any deeper than that. But if you like that kind of action movie, then this is the movie for you pretty much. All right. And I really kind of actually enjoyed this. I'm going to give it a smile because I thought it was good for what it was. It was a good popcorn action flick. So a smile from me for this one.
Yeah.
All right. Colin, so you are up next.
So this was an actual real movie. It was had a budget of $70 million. So that's the reason why we have big names who actually stay on. It's based off of a book, which is based off of a true story that everybody think probably not, but it seems to be a common thing that when you have something that's supposed to be based off a true story that it turns out to be kind of boring. I found this movie very boring. It had action sequences, but it didn't go. It was kind of like, it was set up to be sort of a caper movie, but as we know, I love caper movies, but they didn't really do the caper very well. So it just became more of an action movie. And on the action front, I don't know. I found this movie very boring. It just didn't really seem to get off the ground for me. I'm actually going to give this a yawn, which is worse than a meh.
Yep.
But not much worse than a meh.
All right, Mike, you're up next.
All right. So, disclaimer. I watched this movie not long after I watched Jason Statham in his phenomenal cinematic masterpiece that is The Meg. So, my low expectations for this movie are now even lower. In fact, I'm going to fathom a guess that ahead of the opening credits, I suspect this is going to be as bad as Crank 2 High Voltage. Seeing Mick Rory, he's always going to be Mick Rory to me, with a porn stash, might just bring the ranking up a bit. In fact, if he keeps that all movie, I will give an automatic +1 to my final rating. If it's just a disguise and he rips it off, an automatic -1. No questions asked. Dude uses a loaf of bread as a silencer. First of all, how stale is that bread? And second of all, if there was no other reason than this, we need Mythbusters back. Because I need to know whether this is legit or not. Yvonne Strahovski. I'm just gonna leave that right there. Okay. I missed her since Chuck. Oh God. So we flash forward a little bit, and this was not expected. Not only does Dominic still have the porn stash, it got bigger. And got mutton chops. Automatic +1. There's another point on the table if he shoots a gun and or kills somebody with that porn stash. First dude did they go and muscle up. He's a trophy hunter. I hope they cut his balls off with a rusty blade now. God. And there you go. So now I got to give this movie an automatic +2. Just for the record, though, it was not a point for both firing the gun and killing someone. It was one or the other. You get a point. So +2. I'm glad Yvonne was not just in flashbacks, that she was in present day. And this idiot guy that shoots the bad guy and kills his partner in the process, should have just shot him right then and there, too. Been done with it. Now we go into the impossible realm. Jason Statham, handcuffed to a chair, does a full-on flip, lands on full force with his body weight and the chair on the guy's chest, and the dude gets up like nothing ever happened. That's just proof that either I cannot be a spy or nothing in this movie makes sense. Well, this was going to get a smirk, because I did find it semi-entertaining. But based on the bonus points, I got to bump this up. I'm a man of my word. I bump this up to a smile. With an asterisk.
By the way, I want you to know, so I Googled stale bread as a silencer, ? Which takes me to IndianaGunOwners.com forum. It says,
please, God, don't tell me they referenced this movie.
Who somebody asked, Indiana user 18 says, loaf of bread as a silencer? And somebody says, pull trigger instant croutons. Somebody else says, maybe I can help my wife out making croutons. It'll be a lot quicker. Her way takes a long time. Someone else says, whole wheat works the best. It's a lot sturdier than white bread.
Get that no-carb bread.
Yeah.
Make a bulletproof vest out of that.
Gluten-free bread. That's what you need.
God, gluten-free bread. Just no. Stop. Stop with the gluten. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a protein-free steak, please.
Yeah.
No, stop. I can't process that. No, stop. What? What the hell are you talking about?
It's the Impossible Burger.
No, because that still got protein. What is a protein-free steak? Mashed potatoes? Is that what you're talking about? What?
That's the same as gluten-free bread. I would like some protein-free meat. Or as McKenna used to,
number.
As McKenna used to say, when people would walk into the bakery, when she still worked at the bakery, and they wanted gluten-free stuff, that she said, this is a bakery. You're getting gluten by breathing the air in here.
Yeah.
27.
27. Oh, hell. One of your freaking shits. What is this? Oh, what the hell is it? Okay, it's Amazon.
Okay.
Called Armstrong.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'm going to assume that it's not Lance Armstrong.
During her first night on the job, a rookie EMT and her partner pick up a wounded superhero and are pulled into his mission to save Los Angeles from a sinister organization. Shaggy, what did you do? This looks like Manny Pacquiao in this poster.
I don't know, but it looks interesting. Oh.
Apparently the female lead is in the movie a lot more than the guy on the poster.
Interesting. There are no known names. This could be good. It's 2017. It's only an hour and 24 minutes.
Oh, okay. That's I'm always up for a nice short one.
Yeah. 84 minutes. That's good.
When it looks terrible and it's 2.5 hours long, that's when I'm like, no.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Wait a minute. I'm looking on Rotten Tomatoes here because apparently this is all right. Audience score is 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Now, what does the audience know?
Jesus, God, we're gonna die. All right, hold on. I gotta copy this over so, God forbid, we forget that we're gonna do this one.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to be a Kickstarter though. So that's
it's not a Kickstarter.
Thank God. Is it subtitled? Please tell me it's subtitled.
Perfect
God,
Friday night after the pub
me.
fodder. It will have you wondering
Christ.
why you are watching it, why you watched it, and then crucially how you somehow enjoyed it. That's what we want. We want a movie that we don't know why we watched it, how we watched it, and then we'll go, not bad.
Okay.
All right.
That's what we want. All right, 6.
Oh, I hope this is still available. It is not.
Darn. What was it?
It was a Netflix movie, The Spy Next Door. It was a Jackie Chan movie. but unfortunately, it is no longer available streaming.
Really?
Well, hold on. Let's check. Let's see if it's an alternate source.
I could swear that was. Yeah, no, it's not on Prime. That's for sure.
Yeah,
It's not on Prime. It is available if you subscribe to HBO.
which is why it's disappeared from the others, because it's an HBO at the moment.
Okay. Well, we'll come back to it. Leave it on the list, and we'll just come back to it because it'll end its run on HBO and be back.
Yep.
All right. Let's go 4.
God, this is another danger.
Yeah, that's a bad name.
What is it?
Humanity's End
On Amazon.
on Amazon. Director is Create Space? What the hell? What is that? What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Find me a trailer.
In the future, humans will become extinct and hybrid races will begin to take over the universe. The year is 2820. Oh, yeah, just around the corner.
I don't have high hopes for this one.
I doubt it has a trailer. Oh, wait, hold on. I think we may have found it. Oh, but I like the one that's
At
only
least
a
it
minute and
predates-
15 first.
At least it predates Kickstarter.
All right, here we go. Humanity's End. Let's take a look. Oh, it's one of
In
these.
the far reaches of the galaxy, a dark force has risen to bring an end to humanity. When the last man alive is discovered on a remote planet,
Is he
will
playing
stop at
Xbox?
nothing to destroy him. Now, a man who's never known courage must battle an entire empire. The future of mankind rests in his hands.
Okay. Oh, they're ants. Stargates.
Humanity's end. Extinction is inevitable.
How long is this movie?
Hour and 26.
We could wait for another week for it if you wanted to. It's
But the length isn't terrible. That's
up to you guys.
I got Tap Out saved, so I don't care.
I want to
I
know
mean,
a bit more about this director.
This is saying customers who watch this item also watch Battle Space is in this list. Battle Space. Does anyone remember the
I remember Battle Space
fiasco? I think that was the first one we all agreed
was horrendous.
needed to be killed with fire.
yeah. I think this is going to be.
Okay, so we're going to swap this one out.
Battle Space is the movie that inspired To Kill It with Fire.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Okay?
All right, so we'll swap.
All right. Humanity's End is gone.
Yeah.
Done. Go ahead.
26.
26. Oh. We may have just... We are not swapping out.
Nope. Now you're stuck with
we can't. We can't because Danny Trejo's in this one. This is on Amazon. Cartel 2045.
2045. I love a good Danny Trejo film. Oh, goody. Yeah, the year is 2045. The continuing drug war has caused havoc between the U.S. and Canada, or in Mexico. Gearsight International, a robotics engineering company on the brink of bankruptcy, sells off their technology to the cartel on the black market. With the advanced military robots technology in the wrong hands, the cartel uses it to their advantage.
Hold on. I'm based off a recent review. Give me a second here.
Yeah, we can't have one that's horrible quality, because that's going to taint the review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this literally does have.
If it's got like bad VHS quality, then that is a rule. And we're not being picky here, folks. We're really not being picky. We just can't watch a horrible film.
I just jumped 2 minutes in on the actual film, and yes, it does have those vertical lines like.
Oh yeah, no, we're
you
not.
would see in.
We won't put ourselves through that because nobody else would.
Just to back up our previous decision.
Yeah.
I found the director.
Uh-huh.
The director is Neil Johnson.
Uh-huh.
Not only is it related to Battle Space, he was the writer of Battle Space.
Oh, no. Okay, yeah.
So, yes.
All right, Mike, how about number 19?
19.
I'm going to have to start putting some more movies in here.
Yeah, we are definitely going to have to. All right. Well, this ought to be interesting. It's on Amazon.
Oh, we're
Space Raiders.
Space Raiders.
Oh, hold on. This might be not bad. Space Raiders. I think this is just an old 80s film. This is like 83.
Let's make sure it's the right Space
This is
Raiders.
Howard Cohen. I think this is an older film that actually is not bad. Strap yourself in for a futuristic tale of adventure and confrontation when a 10-year-old boy is accidentally kidnapped by a spaceship filled with a motley crew of space pirates. I think I saw this when I was a kid. Let's see here. Yeah, I think maybe I did see this. Extra star for having Space Hooker as a credited role. So, let's see here. Yeah, we are just doing a little bit of research here real quick. Yeah, so...
David Mendenhall, who I think it is. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was in Over the Top and The Secret of the Ice
Oh my
King.
God! Wait, he was the son in Over the Top. I saw he was in Over the Top. I had no idea. Yes.
Yeah, going bananas. Yeah. All right, so that's going to be it. So we'll do Space Raiders.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
All right, so there you go, folks. Oops. Not like that. We don't want to do that. No, we don't want to do that way. We don't ditch out like that. So, all right. There, we ditch out like that. Folks, you've been listening to PTR Radio here in the fabulous Interwave. We want to thank every single one of you. Don't forget, go to our website, ptrradio.com. It's got all the information you need to subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Tell all your friends. We're looking to grow the show, and we need you to do it. So make sure that you subscribe, download, rate, and comment on the episodes. You can do that through iTunes, podcast app, Google Play, Stitcher, whatever Podcast Addict, whatever podcast program you have. Also, don't forget to join us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at PTR Radio on all those outlets. You can also find out about each individual member of the show and join our social media. Just go to the bio section on ptrradio.com, our website. So, we'll be back in 2 weeks to do those movie reviews that took us so long to figure out what we were going to do. 2 weeks is going to put us on the 22nd. And interestingly enough, I have a DJ gig on the 27th and on the 3rd. The 27th is actually a benefit gig. I'll give you more details about that on the 22nd. And the 3rd is a private wedding gig I'm doing. So look for stories about those coming up. So, yeah. So that'll be the big things that I'm doing is on the 27th. That'll be over at the Firefighters, or no, that'll be over at the Aqua Club in Springfield if you're there. 27th evening there. So, Colin, anything? Any big plans? Nope. Any big plans for you, Mike?
Sleep.
I hear you. I'm there with you. All right, folks, stick a fork in us. We are done. I'm Shaggy.
I'm Colin.
I'm Mike the 8 Man.
See you later.